Hey everyone, this is Gary House, the Outdoor Cook, and today I'm talking about grates. Now, if you're like a lot of people out there, they have those flimsy little metal wire grates in your barbecue, then you're really going to like what I have to show you today. So stay tuned, because this is cooking everything outdoors, and I got some new goodies. House, the Outdoor Cook, cooking everything outdoors show. I hope you try this at home. Got one of these in your grill? You like it or you don't like it? For most of us, it's okay. I mean, I've done a lot of grilling on one of these, and certainly your food tastes pretty darn good, but what if you could just kick it up a couple dozen notches? Well, what I've got to show you today is going to do exactly that. It's called a Man Grate. These are cool. This takes that flimsy wireframe grill that you have in your barbecue and it turns it into a seriously professional grill top. How and why? That's what we're going to talk about. Let's get this bad boy open and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just got these a little while ago and I've been dying to try them out. These are from Man Grates. That's mangrate.com. 100% American made, USA made. And what they are, these incredible cast iron grate toppers. Okay? It's a topper. It's cast iron. This goes on top of that flimsy wire grate you have and turns it into, I would say, a dynamic grilling surface. Why cast iron? Well, you know, you've watched some of my shows and you know I'm all about cast iron. Cast iron is a perfect heat distribution medium. When that gets heated up, this surface heats up evenly. The cast iron distributes the heat throughout this so that you have perfectly even cooking temperatures across the board on this. These boxes each come with 2 grates. They're unseasoned, but that's a small thing. Seasoning is just a matter of putting some spray cooking oil on this and heating it up for about 10 or 15 minutes according to the manufacturer. I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. These are these are pretty heavy. So what makes these so unique? Well, first off, you have a lot of mass to this product. That is a good inch plus. So you know that it's going to last. It's going to hold up. The other thing here is your ridges in itself are going to have really high peaks for cooking so that when you set your meat on this, you're going to get those grill marks that you want. Really, really cool. But look at in here. Get down inside there and you see these little ridges right there? Those are little grease catchers. And what that does is as your grease goes down the side of this from your meats, it's going to sit in that little tiny trough right there and spread out through the grate, and that's going to burn and give you that smoke flavor that you like. Okay, you don't get that from a little wire frame grill, and the reason being is because when you put your meat on that wire grill, what happens is that all those greases just drop right past that grate. And they go and they hit your fire. That's what causes a lot of those flare-ups. Grease burns. But by capturing some of the grease in this grate, you're going to get more smoky flavor instead of burning grease flavor. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm looking for. Two of these together, Covers, what, about 8 inches by about 15 inches. Supported by extra casting here. Okay, that's going to keep this from warping and distorting. You can see that that's a pretty serious piece of equipment. Let's put it on the grate and see what happens. Placing these on the grate is as simple as placing them strategically on top of there. So that's half my grill is covered with 2 of these. Now, depending on how big of a cookout you're having, that could be plenty right there. Depending on how I wanted to rotate these, replace them, I could put it right in the middle, closer for some offset cooking. But look at the comparison, if you will, between that cheap, flimsy little grate right there, and don't get me wrong, it's really not cheap. It's just not made for long-term serious use, or what I like to call serious grilling. If you had 4 of these, you'd have a complete surface covered with the cast iron Man Grates. And I think those look outstanding. I'm going to get a couple more on there. Let's see how this bad boy stacks up. Can I get 4 on there, or is it just going to be 3? Okay. So on this particular kettle, just 21 inches or so, it's going to hold 3 grates. I would imagine I could get several steaks or hamburgers on this. Could easily get a big spatchcock turkey, a couple small chickens, a bunch of sausage on there, fish, whatever. And ideally, one set of just 2 is probably going to do a fantastic job. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to season these bad boys up. I'm going to season 2 of them up here. I'm going to show you how simple that is. I'm going to get this kettle heated up. I got some mesquite in there right now that's kind of left over from another grill, and I'm going to get some other charcoal on there. I'm going to get this bad boy heated up, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Seasoning is next. Got some seriously hot coals going there. Let's get these dumped out. And get our grate on there. So I have some canola oil, just some cheap spray. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray one side, set it on the grate, and then I'll spray the other side. And what I would recommend is doing this away from the flames, because this will make this really cool little explosion right there. Though I know you guys like special effects, I'm really going to probably pass on that. So I'm going to step away for a second, spray these up, and we'll put them right back on the grate. So you can see I've got a good coat of spray oil on there. I'm just dropping this right in the center over the heat. And we're going to close that up and cook for probably about 15 minutes, maybe 20. And that's just the first initial seasoning. Because in reality, every time we cook with these, it's going to season. That's the nice thing about cast iron. The more it seasons, the slicker and non-stick it becomes. So we'll just set that on there. Watch the temperature. It's going to get up to, I'm thinking about 350, 375. Real quick here. There it goes. See that? Look at that. So 400, it's going up to 450. And that's good. Alright? High heat will basically carbonize that canola oil on those Man Grates. And that's going to create a Teflon-like surface eventually. Not immediately, but eventually. And the more we cook with it, the better that's going to be. Cast iron is designed to last hundreds and hundreds of years. And I just peaked out at 500 there. Not worried about the temperature at all. What I don't want is under 350. So high heat is good. Burns that in there. And then when we pull that off in about 15, well actually I'm not going to pull it off in 15 minutes, but I'm going to open it up and start letting it cool down in about 15 or 20 minutes because it's going to take a good hour to cool off. It's going to be a darker color. And that's really, really going to be what we're looking for. And as soon as that kettle cools down a bit, I'm going to start grilling something. Man Grates. Gotta love them. Well, let's check these grates out. Okay, you can see how it's darkened up significantly. Looks good. And that will continue to darken as it's cooked on. Making for a nice non-stick surface. And there's one other thing that comes in that package that I want to show you guys. And that is that really cool brush right there that comes with each set of grates. And this is a serious Man Grate wire brush for getting in there and keeping that clean. That's a nice touch. I like that. I'm going to put these together a little bit. And I'm cooking up some Habanero Cheddar stuffed garlic sausage wrapped in bacon. And I'm going to throw them on that Man Grate right there in just a few minutes. So check it out. Alright, let's give this a go. I have some garlic sausage. Habanero Cheddar from my friends at Fiscalini Farms. And I have some sliced bacon. And what we're going to do is we're going to stuff our sausage with the habanero cheddar. I'm going to wrap it up in some bacon. I'm going to throw it on the Man Grates. Not going to give you the real test of searing that you're going to want to see on that steak. But we'll do that. Right now it's lunchtime. I'm starving, and that's what we're going to cook. So let's get this going. Alright, garlic sausage. And our habanero cheddar. Set that out. This is fairly soft cheese. It's not aged for a significant amount of time. But I think it's going to add a nice little bite to this garlic chicken. I'm going to get some slices off of there. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut a pocket into this cheddar, or into the sausage here. Now keep in mind when you go to do this, really we're looking at cutting on the inside of the curve here. And what I want to do is cut a pocket in and not go all the way through. So I'm going to try to go about 3/4 of the way. And the reason I want to do that is I want to be able to create a pocket in there like that, so the cheese doesn't ooze all the way out. So that's what I'm looking for. And I want to get this cheddar stuffed in there best I can, break it up, shove it in there, however that's going to go, so that it looks like that. So let's make some more boats, and just creating a nice pocket there. Taking my cheddar and just cramming it in there. And if you use really soft cheese, I think that you're going to have a lot of oozing out and such. And even so, I'm going to lose some of this because I got to get this sausage cooked, heat it up to proper temperature, and get that bacon somewhat crisped up all at the same time. And that's going to be, you know, a hit and miss kind of thing with the bacon. Might not be as crispy as I want it to be, but boy, I think all that bacon grease and flavors is really going to make a nice complement to that. So that's where I want to be with that. Let's go with bacon here. This is an applewood smoked bacon. And it's beautiful stuff. It's really nice bacon that I pick up at the meat counter here. We could do a couple things. Really, we could take and wrap it with a big slice of bacon, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a trim. It's a little bit easier to work with, I think. It's entirely up to you whether you want to do this or not. And you can wrap it in a spiral, if you will, like so. And hope the bacon stays on there, and cure it with a couple little toothpicks, if you will. One of the things I was thinking about was trying to knot my bacon. And I'm thinking that's probably not going to work very well. So we're just going to give it a wrap. Just like that. Nothing fancy. Oh. The loose ends on the top. This bacon was frozen, so I had to defrost it real quick in the microwave. I don't like doing that, but it is what it is. There's smaller strips here. Give that a nice wrap. I apologize for the lighting. The sun keeps coming in and out. This is the first nice day I've had in weeks to get out here and cook. Not that I mind cooking in bad weather, but it's a whole different story when you want to put it on film. Okay, so now we're going to get those on the Man Grate. Okay, grill time. Look at that. We've got sizzle. And I'm just going to cook them just like that. And that already doesn't want to stay on there. I might have to get some toothpicks for that. And that's what we're talking about. Just like that. I don't know about you, but that's looking pretty darn good. What do you think? I'm thinking yum. Whoa! That looks absolutely delicious. Okay, a couple takeaways from here. Obviously, I should have pinned the bacon, but frankly, I don't care. Man Grate is working absolutely awesome. I have no flare-up, yet I got a ton of stuff dripping down underneath. And these look just incredible. I'm going to plate them up now. I'm going to take one last look before I have lunch. That is Habanero Cheddar stuffed garlic sausage wrapped in bacon. And we'll cook that on the Man Grates. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty darn happy with those bad boys. So it's Gary House, outdoor cook, cooking everything outdoors. using the Man Grates. That's www.mangrate.com. And it's lunch. I'm gonna go eat. See ya.